Well, the time is up for tenants in LA who still owe rent from the pandemic. Today is the deadline for them to pay back what they owe. And if you look at this U.S. Census data here, an estimated 278,000 households in LA are behind on rent in some capacity. And the total rent debt accumulated is more than $981 million. That's an average of $3,500 per household. So what options do tenants have when it comes to being protected? We're joined now by LA Councilwoman Nithya Raman. Thanks so much for being here with us. Really useful information. Obviously, this is coinciding with the SAG-AFTRA strike, the WGA strike. It's impacting businesses, not just Hollywood, across Los Angeles and Southern California. So what is being done to help those facing the hardships?
I think the headline, the mayor of Los Angeles and I were at a press conference yesterday sharing information with the public. The headline of that conversation was, if you receive a notice to evict or if you receive an unlawful detainer related to back rent owed, don't self-evict. You have rights and resources available to you from the city of Los Angeles, and you may be eligible for legal support, for rent repayment, for rent relief programs that the city has put in place. So we're really encouraging people to file a response to that eviction notice, to call the housing department for additional information, and to see whether they're eligible for additional support that the city and the state have provided.
Obviously, it's a very desperate situation for a lot of people. We know homelessness is a huge issue here in LA. But what about the landlords who have mortgages to pay, who haven't been getting their rents in 3 years?
Well, I think the design of most of these programs, which is focused on rent relief first, and that's what we did during the pandemic. Landlords received more than $1 billion of rent relief payments that were primarily made directly to them. The design of these programs centers the idea that landlords are essential housing providers that we desperately need to continue operating in Los Angeles. These programs aren't just designed to help tenants, they are designed to help landlords as well.
So will landlords also be getting the relief if there's some sort of efforts being stepped in by the housing authority or by any of the resources available to the tenants?
All of the COVID-related rent relief payments went directly to landlords, and new programs that are going to be coming into place through the ULA funds will also be made directly to landlords, although tenants will have to provide proof of eligibility.
And we have to go, but quickly, before I let you go, are you concerned that people aren't going to maybe get wind of the resources available to them and that the homeless population is going to grow?
Absolutely. I'm the chair of the Housing and Homelessness Committee, and there is an inextricable connection between high cost of rent, the high rate of evictions, and the rise in homelessness in the city of Los Angeles. To me, tenant protection work is homelessness prevention work, and we have to redesign the city to help people stay housed. Otherwise, we will never be able to dig ourselves out of this crisis.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time today and spreading the word.
Thank you so much for having me.